So we finally have an end to this crazy season. It felt like it was just the summertime. I was talking about who my contenders are, who I thought the contenders was, who I thought was going to MVP, who I thought was going to make the AFC Championship game, blah, blah, blah. We are here, January, at the end of the 2024 season. It's been a crazy season for me, a lot of personal growth, just a lot of craziness going on. So, hey, my name is Keith. I do Black Quarterback Series, and today we're going to review all the Super Wildcard Weekend games, and let's get it to
King Keys. King Keys. Series. Series.
Lamar Jackson is gone.
Series.
I see you, bro. To it. So before I get started, so we're going to do a reverse version of this video. We're going to do an out of the playoffs version of this video, which probably will come out probably before this video. So check the video before this. I'll leave it at the end if it did come out before this one. So depends on just how I do it. So let's get it started. So the first we're going to go in order by the way the games come on. So Chargers in Houston. So the first game we have of the Super Wildcard Weekend is the Chargers in Houston. So y'all know how I feel about Houston and how I think their offensive line is going to cost them a game. They've already cost them a few games. And how I feel about the Chargers and Greg Roman and how now all of a sudden he knows how to throw the ball. So I think this game is not going to be particularly close. I think the Chargers are going to get up early, and I think it's going to be a fight to the finish, but I think ultimately it's never going to be close. I got the Chargers running away with this game. I want to say 40 to 30. 40 to 30, 40 to 28, somewhere around there. I think Houston has put up points. I just don't think it'll be enough. And Houston is not going to be able to get enough protection. That's not how you word that. But Houston's not going to have enough offensive line help to help CJ be the best CJ that he can be. So ultimately, I think it results in CJ getting sacked, 6 times. He might throw an interception because he's trying too hard. And I think that'll be the end of their season. So I hope I'm wrong because I want to see Houston win, but I think that's how the end of the season is going to go for them. Pittsburgh, Baltimore. Now, I'll be lying to you guys if I didn't say I was scared about this game. We just saw this game earlier, 2 weeks ago, right? Pittsburgh is spiraling. They lost their last 4. Baltimore was included in that. And the last time they won was against Baltimore. I'm nervous about this game because Lamar does not play well against Pittsburgh. And his career-wise, he has never played well against Pittsburgh. But Russell Wilson is not playing well right now. Ever since Pickens came back, they just have not been on the same wavelength. So I do think that offense is going to be hard to come by in this game specifically. I think this game the final score is going to be like 17-10. 17-10, 17-13. It's going to be somewhere along those lines. Lamar Jackson we're going to know who won MVP by that point, I think. And I think Lamar is going to solidify that MVP that he just won by making huge plays in this fourth quarter to either get a field goal to win or score a game-winning touchdown. So I think it's going to be 13-17 Baltimore. And then Pittsburgh's going to go into the offseason with a lot of questions, losing their last 5. And it's not going to look well for Pittsburgh. It's not going to look well. But we'll talk about that when we get there. Denver, Buffalo. Now, the Lamar fan in me wants me to pick Denver in a rout, but Josh Allen is really, really good. So I think it's going to be the opposite. I think it's going to be the Bills in a rout. I think it's going to be 35-20, and most of that 20 will be scored when the game is already over. So I got 35-20 Bills. So Green Bay and Philly, I don't think this game will be close. I think this game should be over by halftime. I don't believe in Green Bay whatsoever. Green Bay is going to get all their guys back. They're getting healthy. Jalen Hurts will be better at that game. I don't think Green Bay has enough on the defensive side of the ball to stop Jalen and the boys on the offensive side of the ball. So game must probably be 35-10. I'm going to go 35-10 Philly. So Washington versus the Buccaneers. Now, this game could be either way. the Bucks have quietly been playing some good football. They hit a skid there towards the end of the season, but they've been playing good football. Baker Mayfield has shown that Cleveland made a stupid decision letting him go. And I think we'll get more into it in the offseason stuff. But I do think he's their franchise guy. I think Baker should be their guy, and they should build their team around him. And Mike Evans, even I know Mike Evans is older, but they should build a team around them too and see what they can do with this next era, right? So, but with that being said, I think Washington is just more, their 1-2, to me, I think is a little more dynamic than Baker and Evans. So I'm going to go Washington in a nail-biter. Washington probably wins another overtime game. Final score, 27-26 Washington. So the last game of the day, Vikings and the Rams. What just happened to the Vikings, I think they're going to do to the Rams. I don't think this game is going to be close. 31-7 Vikings. I don't even need to say much about that game. So, Gerard Mayo being fired and Tyreek being unprofessional. So, let's start with Tyreek being unprofessional. He said, I'm out, bro. I don't want to be here, essentially. That's about the most unprofessional thing I've ever heard. And it's not cute and it's not okay and all that stuff like the way Anthony Edwards do it. It's like, okay, I get where he's coming from. Tyreek, you decided to leave the best quarterback in the game to go down in Miami and then lied talking about, oh, well, we got Tua as the best quarterback and da-da-da-da. Miami has never been good my whole football life. Why did you think that was going to change when you got there? Those first 2 years were cool, and then Tua started getting concussions, and we all knew Tua wasn't that guy. We all knew that. And this might have some political things to go on, too, because, he got harassed by the Miami PD, and he might not even want to deal with that. So, if that's the case, I get it. But if it's football-related, that's on you, bro. You took the money. I'm pro-player, but I'm not pro-player when they get the money and still complain. You can't take the money and then complain about your situation. Well, bro, you took the money. What did you expect? So, I would love you in Baltimore, though. With all that being said, I would love you to come to Baltimore. But we got enough divas dealing with Bateman and not catching himself. So, but I digress. It was a terrible comment. I'm not a huge fan of it. And so our final one, Gerard Mayo getting fired. Hey, what's going on, guys? So pretty much everything I'm going to say about Gerard Mayo is applicable to Antonio Pierce. This video was recorded before Antonio Pierce was fired and all that. So, so take everything I'm talking about Gerard Mayo and apply it to Antonio Pierce by New England. Now, I've heard he make comments about the team all the time, and he talking about how the team is soft and all that, right? Excuse me. But that's a part of coaching. If you're gonna hire a first-year coach, what did you expect him to do? He had no talent on either side of the ball. He was picking up the ruins that Tom Brady and Bill Belichick left, and the franchise was in disarray. What did you think he was going to do in his first season as head coach? He don't even have his players in there yet. You got to give a guy at least 5 years, and by that third year, reevaluate it, because I'm positive that you guys wanted to lose so you get the number one pick and da-da-da-da. And he probably pulled the Lovie Smith where he's like, I'm going to win, But what did you want him to do? He can't sabotage games. Like, I never blame the players because they're trying to make a buck. They're trying to stay in the league. They're trying to be better. So I don't want to blame the players for y'all losing, for y'all not getting the number one pick. Yes, that's on the players, but I forgot who said it. But most of those players are not even going to be there when y'all groomed this number one pick that y'all was going to get. So I think he was set up from the beginning. And my thing is, if you're going to do that, y'all should have hired. Let's keep it 100. Y'all should have hired the white coach that y'all wanted to hire before y'all brought Gerard Mayo in there and made him look bad. So, hopefully Gerard Mayo gets on his feet, but I just think it was a raw deal. What did y'all expect the season to be like? Y'all are the New England Patriots without Brady. Y'all have been terrible, y'all whole franchise for the most part, without Bill Belichick and Tom Brady. And it went back to what it was beforehand. Y'all were irrelevant. So I don't know. I hate to see that first time head coaches getting fired when they never had a chance to even implement what they wanted to do. So I don't know. I didn't watch a lot of New England this year, obviously for obvious reasons. But for y'all to fire him year one is crazy. I never understood why would you fire a head coach year one. He can't do nothing in year one. He don't even have his players there yet. So I don't know. Let me know what you guys think. How did you enjoy the season? Rated on a 1 to 10. Black Civilization Radio. I didn't mention y'all a lot today. What's going on, guys? If you want to listen to more, go to Black Quarterback Series. YouTube.com/Black Quarterback Series Podcast. Instagram/Black Quarterback Series Podcast. And that's all I got for you guys. Link in the description or link at the end for the opposite version of this video about all the teams that didn't make the playoffs. I'll talk to you guys later. Peace.